Hello and welcome. I've already showed you this doll, and I have showed you several of these dolls, but she's new. The other day my boyfriend and we decided to go for a short walk. It was planned to be like not more than 6 kilometers, but kind of halfway. We realized that the weather is super nice, and we decided to go a little further. And we, did like a little plan. We're gonna go through here and through there, and we're gonna end up at the supermarket because we have no water with us. And we were counting on going through a village where they have like a public fountain, and they did the public fountain wasn't working for some reason in the village that day. So at the end of our almost 15 kilometers walk, we ended up in the supermarket, and we were super thirsty, and we were also hungry because we woke up, we had breakfast, and we went out. And at the point where we reached the supermarket, it was almost 5 o'clock, in the afternoon. So yeah, we went there, and we were grabbing this and that, and water and juice and bananas and little breakfast pastries and stuff like that. And we passed by those, and I was like, wait a second, they have rearranged the stuff here. Let me just, check. And I bent all the way down, and like almost underneath the shelf, I saw her, and she was still on the 70% off. And so, I had to grab her. She was 11 Bulgarian leva. And by the way, this is, I think, the prettiest of these dolls that I have seen. I was going to change her head because I have removed a lot of this particular doll's head to use for head swaps, and I've never liked any one of them, but this one is actually pretty. She's very pixelated, but let's be real, this one is also pixelated. The Fashionista. I think I will keep this head, because maybe, if I spray it with Mr. Super Clear and I fill in the lips so they aren't so pixelated, maybe she's actually the first one, the first tennis player that I actually like and would like to keep. That's a hard choice. But anyways, I'm going to soak them both in hot water because they're going to need it. So I usually head swap with hair dryer method. I rub the hair and I blow on the heads with the hair dryer. But since her hair will need this fixed, I will soak them because I wanna fix the hair a little bit. And this is around, I don't know, I needed her for a donor, but the more I'm looking at her, the more I'm liking her. Okay, I full on intended to head swap her, but I'm actually liking her. We're doing this for science. Well, not for science, but I have seen some people put elastics on the waists of those and they shrink them. And honestly, I am scared that just the elastics are going to pop from the hot water and nothing is gonna happen, or that the shape is gonna just not look good. But since I got so many of the toe body and the toe body has like a bigger waist, I'm just gonna try it and let's see what happens, for science. I just doubt it, but we will see. Let's do that. The water is heating up as we're speaking. These are 3 elastics that I tried to put there as tight as possible. I had 4, but the 4th popped as I was trying to put it on. I will leave her there for solid 10 minutes maybe, but I will keep an eye on her because I'm scared that, something might go wrong. But supposedly after 2 or 3 minutes the plastic should become a little bit softer and the elastics should pull her waist in. I don't know, I don't think anything is happening for now, but I will leave her like that and let's see. So, I have these 2 bodies. You can see this, the top isn't made to move, but the hands are made to move. But then she has straight legs. No idea what though it's from, but I can Google it in edit. And maybe you can hear boiling water. I will try to boil this body and get the feet off. And then this body has, it's broken, but has some decent knee articulation. And it has the elastic in there. So I'm wondering if I take the foot out, will I be able to put the elastic foot? There is a little ball joint, I will show you once I remove the feet. Will I be able to put these feet on this body? It's not the perfect color match, but if it actually works, I will be very happy because it will make this body usable. I don't like these straight legs without the band, but these ones are pretty decent. Also, this felt, the elastics didn't shrink her waist, they just gave her something like scars or stretch marks. Basically, I ruined the body. So yeah, I don't know how they do it, but whoever shows that they're doing it with elastics, I don't believe you. You're lying. There is no way. So that's a bust. I'll still use this body because, you know, I tried to boil it back to removing this, but it didn't work. For a custom that will have the mid waist covered, it's alright. But yeah, that's, don't try the method with the elastics. It doesn't work. That was super easy. Once I heat it, I submerged the body in boiling water up to here, and once, you know, it was really hot, I just pulled the leg, like basically tried to bend the leg like that, and it works. Okay, now I'm gonna try to attach the other feet. I am Ellie Frankenstein here. But that's exciting. Maybe I can, from two dolls I can make one that is articulated and decently so. So this is the mechanism of the new leg. This is the mechanism of the older legs. It is quite different, but I will try it. I am keeping the body in the boiling water right now so the plastic joints can soften, so I can push them in here, and hopefully the little thing that is like that will grab onto the pole right there. Otherwise it's gonna require a lot more customization. Let's hope it will fit. Sadly it can't. It is the circle joint is way too big. I'm thinking, but you know, one way is that I remove this whole white plastic thing, and through the hole that is in there I just elasticate the feet. But I don't like elastic feet. They just don't pose well. Just the whole elastic mechanism isn't working for me. And honestly, if I find one of those who have stiff tops but made to move knees, they will have this mechanism because this is new mechanism, and I will be able to pop them in here. So that was an interesting experiment. And yeah, we know that we can do it with the elastic, but I don't really want elastic feet. I just don't like those with elastic. Just the elastic doesn't work good when it's used for joints. Just they move too rapid. It's either too loose or too tight. You have to be some sort of master to be able to actually, you know, string it in a way that it will work. Even on store-bought dolls with elastic, the elastics don't work very well in my opinion. Maybe at the beginning, but then they get old and they don't work well. Oh well. So this is the end result. Getting the legs out of the body is much easier than putting them back on. I had to ask for my boyfriend to shove them in. but it worked. You can see that it's not a perfect match, but it's more important the neck to match to the head of the doll than the legs, because if you have a skirt here, let's say, or pants, you won't be able to tell that the legs are so much lighter. And yeah, this body I'll just, pass it on, whatever. But now I have a decently articulated body, which is pretty nice. Worth the experimentation, but yeah, it's impossible for me to pop the legs back on. You just have to push it onto the joint, the little bow that is there, but it takes a lot of strength and my hands aren't very strong, so my boyfriend rescued me there. But I'd say this is a successful experiment. Now I have one more articulated body for a project, which is pretty cool. So at the end of the day, I found a body for her, and after all, I'm going to swap her. I left the other girl, I let her keep her head, but I found another body that matches her in my stash, so after all, we're going to head swap her in this video, which I usually do off camera because I do it with the hair dryer, and yeah, there is nothing really to show, just protect the hair. I have shown exactly how I wrap them in many of my videos, so let's head swap her. Here they are, all head swapped. Well, she's not head swapped as you saw. I decided I want to keep her the way she is. I'm sorry for shaky cam, but yeah, I just don't feel like setting up on the tripod and stuff. But I wanted to show them to you because I decided to do one extra thing for this video. I decided to use the black pieces from Barbie Basics and style them with some playline pieces to show you that it works really nice. So I'm not sure what this pink piece is from, but this and this are playline accessories. This is the long black dress from the Basics. This is from a fashion pack from years ago. This bracelet also. These shoes are AliExpress. This skirt is actually not from Barbie Basics, it's from Barbie Looks, from the Petite Kit, but it's made out of the same material, and it's basically basic piece. Then this girly has a playline necklace and one of these cheap fashion packs that I opened recently from Moya Mia. That is like €2 for the entire fashion pack, and I layered it on top of the little short dress. So this is, like a top and skirt, and these are the Barbie Basic boots. I think it's really cute, all of the combinations, and I hope that it inspires you, if you have the Barbie Basics, to style their outfit pieces with some playline fashion packs and to show us what outfits can you come up with, because I think this is the point of these fashion pieces, to inspire you to style them with something. And my point was that you don't need to have super expensive Etsy handmade pieces to style them, along with. You just can have a few cheapy fashion packs and it can still work pretty well. I am very happy that I finally head swapped this doll. I've had her for years. She had very bad glue head, and I plucked most of the glue out of her head, and this time I used WD-40. It is something that is used against rust, and I've seen people use it and it worked. At this point, I'm sure that the things that I have tried are a few things for cleaning. One of them is what is it called, furnish polish. It sometimes works. I have used the in Europe it's called Tif. It has grainy stuff in it, and it is really good for cleaning your bathroom. But if you don't clean it well, it scrapes, and if you scrape the plastic of the dough, it actually does damage, like, because it has exfoliating pieces inside. You can really scrape the dough, but it works. It is just super hard to wash it out, as is also the W40, and is also the Neo. I'm sorry, English is not my first language, and this word for some reason really confuses me. It is polish for furniture, but I want to say nail polish. I know it's completely different thing, but just for some reason it confuses me. But all of these three things have worked for me, but they haven't worked always. I think it's something to do with the temperature and the humidity when I'm using it. I think the different things work differently, or maybe they used a few different glues, I don't know. But this is what I used for her hair, and it's pretty decent. Like, it's not greasy anymore. I will be careful with it, and she's not going to be getting any boil washes. Just to be clear one last time before I end the video, because it is going to be a mess to edit, because I did all of these things over time. This is Fashionista. I will put her here with her number. This is also a Fashionista. I will put her here with her number. And then this is this doll. I will put her here. She hasn't been head swapped. Just, you know, in case you're confused from everything that I showed you. I also showed you attempting to make the waist of a made to move body smaller. It didn't work with the elastics. I saw a reel on Instagram with another method. Maybe I will try it, but I don't have. They use very big elastic, about this big, you know, for the thick elastics that they put in on underwear, you know, that they don't fit through the underwear, but they put it just on top of the underwear. That kind of elastic, I don't have that. Maybe I'll try it when I find. And I also showed you switching the legs of two dolls, and it works pretty well. But since they don't have heads, they aren't here. And since I think this mess of a video is super long, I'm going to leave you with just a few pictures of them. I was able to take them out and just, you know, in one spot, take them out, take a few pictures, a short video, and then put them back in my backpack. So I'll show you that. And I'm going to ask you, do you have any of these dolls? Which one do you like the most? Have you styled the Barbie Basics outfits, you know, with including other pieces? And thank you so much. Also, yeah, do you have any of the dolls? And yeah, thank you so much for joining me for today's little video. I will see you in the comments and on my next one. Thanks so much for watching one more time, and bye for now.